1 seed in the NFC with a win over the Giants. It's that simple. You win, you lock up the number 1 seed. LaShawn McCoy cannot wait to see it happen. But, Shady, what is your concern level for Jalen Hurts?
Low. No concern at all, first of all. He might have missed the last 2 games, but he didn't miss the last 2 practices. So that means he's going to play. The shoulder seems okay. I got some sources, some close sources. Like, close. You know what I'm saying when I say close? Joy, close.
There's only so many guys on the team that were still there with Shady, so.
That ain't true. Those are my young boys. When I come in the building, you know what I'm saying? This is me. When I went to the last game, I parked not in the media lot, not with the old players. I parked with the players. Jalen, nice car, bro. Yeah, what's up? You know what I mean? They thought I was playing. Anyway. Unleash Jalen Hurts. It's time to unleash him. We need this win to get the number 1 seed. It's so important to get the number 1 seed. Imagine coming to Philadelphia around this time in January. It's going to be crazy. And when Jalen Hurts comes to play, he walks through that tunnel, them fans will get crazy. They're going to be drinking all day, tailgating all night. They ready for this. That's all we need. So we got to get Jalen Hurts out there, man, and lock up this number 1 seed.
Jalen Hurts is a beast. Jalen Hurts is one of the toughest players in football. But I'm concerned for that last sentence. Jalen Hurts is one of the toughest players in football. The reason I'm concerned is because so often athletes don't know when nor how to protect themselves. Think about Josh Allen. He also a former teammate of yours, LaShawn McCoy, one of the toughest players in ball, had an elbow injury. He throws a pick in the game we didn't know if he was going to play in because of his elbow injury, and he goes to make a tackle with his elbow. Come on, y'all. Like, players are so tough, so mentally and physically tough that sometimes they're their biggest enemy. You do remember what happened immediately following Jalen Hurts getting hurt. He's on the ground. He's lying there. Shoulders hurt. Left tackle, Jordan Mailata, 6'8", 330 pounds, runs over to Jalen Hurts. He says, hey, stay down, you're hurt. Jalen Hurts, pick me the F up.
That's right.
That's great.
That's right.
But is it? I don't know what would have happened if he would have exited the game earlier. I don't know if he would have been healthier sooner. I don't know if he would have been available to play the Cowboys and win that game or play the Saints and win that game and not be in this predicament. But what I do know is sometimes toughness can be one of your biggest detracting factors because you get in your own way. For that reason, I'm concerned. What has helped Jalen Hurts become the great player that he is could also be a detriment if we rush him out there too soon. Dave Hellman, where do you stand as being concerned?
I'm really not. I'll put it at 15, 20% concern for the sole reason that it's an injury to his throwing shoulder, and I would just like to see what he looks like throwing the ball again. But in terms of Jalen Hurts starting and playing for the Eagles, I really don't feel worried at all. He's 24. He's tough as hell. He's like, I don't think people have a good appreciation for just how sturdy he is either. Like, to carry the ball as much as he does and be as effective at it, like, he's a sturdy player. He can handle this. I don't want to suppose too much. I'm not on the Eagles medical staff, but like, he finished that game.
He did.
And I would imagine he took as many carries as he did in that game.
17 of them.
Because they were like, hey, you can get through this running the ball. Let's not have you throwing it too much. You're tough enough to handle this. He's taken 3 weeks off. And then the other thing, the Eagles are smart enough to design this offense to mitigate the risk. Like, that's like Jalen Hurts is playing as well as he is because of that. I think they are. I think you can go into this game. You can get Jalen moving out of the pocket. Think about how good the Eagles are at just like leaking their tight end out into the flat. Like, hey, Jalen, just hit that nice little 4-yard pass. That's all you got to do, bro. We're playing the Giants backups today. Yeah. We're going to run the ball. We're going to create easy throws for you. We're going to get the ball out of your hands. And if they do their job the right way, we keep saying it, the Giants don't have anything to play for. Yep. I don't expect to see their starters much, if at all. If they do their job the right way, Jalen Hurts is wearing a ball cap in the second half of this game, and they get a week off to play a game at the Link. I'm really, like I said, I want to see what he looks like throwing the ball, and for that, I'm like a little bit concerned, but I'm really not worried about it.
Good answer, Dave. Yeah.
I try to help you out.
Answer.
You know what? But next time we talk Cowboys, you're gonna be right back.
That's how you start a Thursday off.
Hating me again. It's fine.
Not bad, brother.
It's fine. Thank you.
I mean, I'm a little concerned. I'm concerned. It's his throwing arm. He's been out 3 weeks. You want to get out there and, feel confident. Like you said earlier in the show, when you broke your ankle, obviously it's not as severe, his injury, but you got to test it a little bit. You got to feel confident, and you have to shed that anxiety that you're going to do something that's going to cause it to go right back to what it was before. So I want to see what they are. I mean, obviously the last time he played, it wasn't a great game. They were able to overcome it, but you want to be playing your best football at this point in the year. Nobody is 100% healthy, but Jalen does run the ball a lot. So he's been off his legs for 3 weeks, so there is that. He's definitely going to have fresh legs being a dual threat quarterback. I just want to see how he looks and how he's throwing and if he's going to play this weekend, which it sounds like he is.
If you assume he's if you assume he's cleared, I know that's an important designation. If you assume that he's healthy enough that they feel good putting him out there, wouldn't you rather see him get snaps 3 weeks removed from the injury and then get the week off than not play for 5 weeks and then your first game is in the divisional round of the playoffs against a very good team?
Yeah.
I don't mind that. Like, I don't hate that thought process at all. If Jalen Hurts is not just healthy, but if Jalen Hurts is not at any risk of re-injuring himself, then I'm good. Shady, I got a question for you, though, big dog, because you know Jalen Hurts, you know this team, you know this organization better than I. I was there 3 years. You were there for 6. If they have to treat Jalen Hurts differently, because we know how good he is as a dual-threat quarterback. Those RPOs hit different when the quarterback can run the ball. If they got to treat Jalen Hurts differently, do you think this offense is just as dangerous if he can't run the ball as much because you want to protect that shoulder?
Yeah, I'd probably make him a passer more. But can I paint this picture for a second?
Do.
Like, and I get it. Quarterbacks are the most, I don't want to say it, but it's true, the most fragile out of every position, right, other than the kickers. But Jalen Hurts is probably one of the strongest pound-for-pound player on the Eagles. I think we're talking about this player like, oh, he's a quarterback. You know, no. He a big dude. He's one of the highest lifters as far as squats. That's your legs. And bench press. He's a strong dude.
Built like a damn cinder block.
Take it easy, Dave. Oh, he's not your quarterback. Anyway, so like this dude's not a small guy. And then the last point I want to make for the people out there, he had an AC joint.
Yep.
Right? Like that's pretty bad, right? But it's not like a torn rotator cuff.
Yep,
it's not the end of the world, right? I had one of those. And the new thing is nowadays they have all these different paddings. They're gonna put so much cushion in there, right? Like pillows. He's gonna be fine. He took the time off. His legs are fresh. His shoulder's good. Now it's about going out there and playing. He'll be okay.
But you know this. We talked about this 3 weeks ago, Shady, when that one teammate that is so incredibly tough finally misses a game. That's when you know that injury must be very, 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 very bad, at least for that individual. Does that aspect not concern you? Because Jalen Hurts ain't missing a game unless he quite literally probably couldn't lift up his arm or throw a football.
I do think that where the Eagles are, right? So if they were, like, fighting to get in the playoffs, he probably would have played. Yeah. They probably would have shot him up. Right, probably put some pat in there. Because you can't be great if you can't play with pain. And I know you don't want to hear that because, you say some players, they should, the team should protect the players. That's bullcrap. You can't be great if you can't play with pain. You hurt, we all hurt. How hurt are you? Can you walk? Okay, Doc, he can't move. But if you can play with injury, that's when the greats are. Any sport you talk about. Guys with colds and flus. You got guys who broke this, broke that. That's how you become a great. So Jalen Hurts, yeah. I mean, he's going through stuff that the greats before him did. The Donovan McNabb, Michael Vicks, the Randall Cunningham, some guys before him, they did the same thing.
But doesn't it come back down to that point you made earlier of re-injury? I'm not saying, hey, don't play. If it hurts a little bit, Jay, then don't go out there. What I'm talking about is what you spoke of 15 minutes ago, re-injury. Yeah, I don't want that.
And I think with the AC joints, I don't think you're risking much.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood in your experience.
And I don't know. I feel like you're trying to hold my boy back. I don't know. I don't know like what's going on with this segment.
I'm doing no such thing.
Some of our producers you don't want my boy to go out there and get this #1 seed and go get a Super Bowl. I don't know, Joy.
I don't like the idea of him not playing, and that's the first action that he's going to get be in a playoff game. He doesn't have a lot of playoff experience.
Yeah.
Like, he's had such a great season, and we've talked about him as the MVP and all this stuff. We're forgetting he's still a very young quarterback.
24.
Yeah.
You know how fast you grow back 24? Stuff we was doing at 24. I would hang out all night. Sorry, Andy Reid. Hang out all night. We had practice. Next morning, I'm ready to go. You little red ball, you ready to roll. So, yeah.
Bounce back a little.
Does it matter for him, though, Joy? In your experience, we know Jalen Hurts is built different. Physically, we know Jalen Hurts is built different. Mentally, he was the SEC Offensive Player of the Year, and then he gets benched his second year for Tua. Then he has to relieve Tua in the SEC Championship game, the same guy that benched him 1 year later. Jalen Hurts is not a Kirk Cousins, I would assume, mentally, because I don't think anybody is Jalen Hurts mentally outside of what I would say Dak Prescott, based on what Dak Prescott is going to go through.
Yeah, that was
No, I'm just saying, Jalen Hurts is built different. I don't think I don't think Jalen Hurts is Kirk Cousins from gross aggregate passing yards. Like, everybody ain't everybody at everything.
Got it.
Do you think that it matters that Jalen Hurts only has that one playoff game experience, healthy or not? Like, do you actually expect to see, like, oh, Jalen might be shook, whether he's healthy or not?
It's not about shook, and it's not even really about the mental part of it. I'm saying, like, he doesn't have a lot of experience in those games. Like, physically, you have to level up in those games as well. And you don't want any sort of rust in those games. If you have rust, let it be against the Giants' backups.
Right.
You don't want to have a bad first half in a playoff game where you've only ever been once before to have to overcome all of that. So that's more what I'm saying. Like, be fluid, get that little anxiety of the pain and what you're going to look like and what the offense is going to look like out in this game in the regular